Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we will continue with our series CAT 2023 ACE DILR matrix arrangement. So we will be looking at the matrix arrangement topic today under LR. Yeah, good afternoon, Sonali. Okay, so let's begin with our today's first set. Okay, looks like I'll have to hide myself. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, English and economics are 5 subjects taught by 5 professors, F, Z, P, U and K from Monday to Friday in no particular order to the students of Standard 11 of Model Public School. Each professor teaches exactly one unique subject. At least one and at the most 3 lectures are scheduled on any given day of the week. 2 lectures are scheduled for each of the subjects in a week. Okay. So, we have 5 professors, right? And each professor teaches exactly one unique subject. And we are talking about 5 subjects that are taught from Monday to Friday. Okay? So, again, this is Monday, this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. So, since there are 5 teachers and each teacher teaches exactly one subject and 2 lectures are scheduled for each of the subjects in a week. That means F will be written 2 times, Z will be written 2 times, P will be written 2 times, U will be written 2 times, and K will be written 2 times. In other words, there will be, if we count the number of subjects that are being taught, obviously they are all not different, but there will be 10 subjects. We need to arrange these 10 subjects in these 5 on these 5 days, and these 10 subjects are being taught by 5 teachers, 5 faculties, where each teacher teaches exactly one subject. On any given day of the week, at least 1 and at the most 3 lectures are scheduled. So just random example, suppose on Monday there was 1 lecture, on Tuesday there were 3 lectures, on Wednesday there were 2 lectures, on Thursday there was 1 lecture. If we can understand that this is 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, so Friday mein kitne lectures honge, that we can definitely conclude, because the total number of lectures are going to be 10, right? It is also known that Professor U has 1 lecture scheduled on a day when no other lecture is scheduled. For all subjects other than Professor Z's subject, the 2 lectures are scheduled on any 2 consecutive days, and so on and so forth. So how should we begin? What kind of table we are supposed to draw? So can we say, if we draw the table, of course here the total number of attributes are 3. One is day, the next is subjects, and the third is professors. So out of these 3, the fixed parameter is the days. So we should be writing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday already. And we know that every day there are going to be a minimum of 1 lecture and maximum of 3. So let's draw 3 rows. Suppose there is only 1 lecture, we will write down 1 over here and we'll fill this up. We will strike out the other 2. Suppose on Tuesday we know there are going to be 3 lectures, so we will be filling all the 3. Okay, so we will not be just making 1 row, we will be making 3 rows, because at most 3 rows can be filled for a particular day. Okay, so we are going to have something like this. The 5 professor names are FZ, P, U and K. So FZ, P, U, K is written. We will be writing in the bracket the which subject they teach and on which days do they teach. Please remember that each person's lecture or each faculty's name will be written only 2 times in these 5 days. Suppose F yahan par hame pata chal gaya, so you can't have F again. So this is going to end like a Sudoku. Okay. Each professor teaches exactly one unique subject. At least 1 and at the most 3 lectures are scheduled on any given day of the week. 2 lectures are scheduled for each of these subjects in a week. So this is some part that we have already seen. Now the first point says Professor U has 1 lecture scheduled on a day when no other lecture is scheduled. So one of these 5 days में क्या होगा कि suppose U ka lecture is there and the others will not have the lecture. Suppose it's Wednesday. It's not that every time when you takes a lecture, nobody else does. It simply says, Professor U has one lecture scheduled on a day. किसी एक दिन ऐसा हुआ है, ठीक है? For all other subjects other than Professor Z's subject, the 2 lectures are scheduled on any 2 consecutive days. Monday and Friday don't count as consecutive days. So if I talk about F's lectures, these are on 2 consecutive days. If I talk about P's lectures, they are on 2 consecutive days. If I talk about U's lecture, they are on 2 consecutive days. If I talk about K's lecture, they are on 2 consecutive days. Those 2 consecutive days could be any. हो सकता है F का consecutive Tuesday Wednesday हो सकता है P का भी Tuesday Wednesday हो, right? So we cannot conclude anything from the second statement, but we know that if we know, you know, a particular person's lecture is scheduled on a particular day, तो उसके आगे पीछे वाला दिन हो जाएगा. Okay? Economics is taught as the only lecture on Thursday. So on Thursday, we will be having economics, and this is the only lecture taught on Thursday. So there is a possibility that Professor U teaches economics, such that when economics is taught, there is no other subject taught. But ये जरूरी नहीं है, right? Because we can have some other day where there was only one lecture. Very much possible, right? Now, Professor F teaches physics on Monday. So I will be writing down F. Since we know that these are consecutive, तो FF हो गया. So we can't have F again, right? A professor name should only appear twice. So we are done with 4th statement. Chemistry and mathematics lectures are scheduled on the same set of 2 days of the week. So it means that chemistry and mathematics, wherever that is, suppose chemistry, mathematics, Wednesday, Thursday, तो वो फिर से Wednesday, Thursday ही है. Okay, same set of 2 days of the week. Okay, which are those 2 days? We don't know. Who teaches them? We don't know. Tuesday and Friday are the days which have 3 lectures scheduled. So Tuesday को 3 lectures होगा, Friday को 3 lectures होगा. So out of 10 lectures, 6 lectures are here, right? And Monday ko we know we have 1 lecture. So that is 7. 3 more lectures to go. So one among Wednesday and Thursday. We know that on Thursday only 1 lecture is being taught. So we have so far 8 lectures. So Wednesday ko 1 lecture to hoga, because 1 lecture is being taught on every day. There is 1 more lecture that is going to be taught on either Monday or Wednesday, because on Thursday only 1 lecture is taught. Tuesday and Friday 3 lectures are taught, so that is 7. So it could be 1/2 or 2/1. Monday को 1 lecture होगा तो Wednesday को 2. If Monday we are going to have 2 lectures, Wednesday we will have 1 lecture. Okay, so I hope this part is clear. Now, it is given to us that chemistry and mathematics lecture are scheduled on the same set of 2 days. So if we put chemistry and mathematics as Wednesday and Thursday, not possible. If we try to put it as on Thursday or Friday, that is also not possible, because 2 lectures तो होंगे ही होंगे. So we can have chemistry and mathematics on Monday and Tuesday, or we can have it on Tuesday and Wednesday. So जो भी scenario हो, we know that we will have chemistry and mathematics lectures that are scheduled on Tuesday. ये 2 lectures तो होने हैं, right? Okay, so we can say that Professor Z doesn't teach physics. Professor Z doesn't teach chemistry and maths, because Professor Z's lectures, they are not scheduled on any 2 consecutive days, right? But physics and maths to consecutive days hai. Oh, sorry. Chemistry and maths are scheduled on the same set of 2 days of the week. Sorry, they are not consecutive, right? So that can be on Tuesday, that can be on Monday. No, Monday we can't have. Wednesday, yes, it is very much possible. Let's do one thing. Instead of teachers' names, let's write down these subjects, right? It will be easier. So let me fill up these subjects here. So the subjects are economics, physics, chemistry, maths, and which other is the subject? The fifth subject, we see physics, we see economics, chemistry, maths. So there is one more subject which is unknown here, right? Unknown ki jagah, let's put a dash here. Right, the subjects' names are not mentioned. Yeah, good afternoon, Sai, good afternoon, Harshita. Okay. And we will be putting in the name of the faculty, the teachers, the professors later on. Okay. We know that economics is the only lecture taught on Thursday. So economics will put a tick. We will strike out everything else. Okay? So done with the third statement. Physics is taught on Monday. If physics is taught on Monday, then we know that other than Professor Z's subject, the 2 lectures are scheduled on any 2 consecutive days. So Professor Z may be physics, who knows? So it may not be consecutive, right? Chemistry and maths lectures are scheduled on the same set of 2 days of the week. Don't know right now which 2 days those are. Tuesday and Friday are the days which have 3 lectures scheduled. So 3 lectures and 3 lectures and 1 lecture. So again, we will have 1 lecture on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, or we can have 2 on Monday and 1 on Wednesday. So we are done with this. Now, see, chemistry and mathematics, they cannot be scheduled on Monday because physics is already there. If I bring both of them together, there are going to be 3 subjects taught on Monday. So chemistry and mathematics, definitely they're not on Monday, right? Can they be on Tuesday? Yes, very much possible, because Tuesday ko 3 hoga, to Wednesday ko 2 ho jayega, right? Assuming that it is not Professor Z's subject, okay? Professor F teaches physics. So we have economics on a particular day. This is not Z. And if it is not Z, so physics will be Tuesday also. Because except for Professor Z's subject, the 2 lectures are scheduled on any 2 consecutive days. So this is done. So it can't be physics here. We can't have a physics here. 2 physics we have taken. So we will be having 2 cases, right? चलो, तो दोनों cases बनाते हैं. Let's start with, suppose there is only 1 lecture on Monday and 2 lectures on Wednesday. If there is only 1 lecture on Monday, so this is going to be striked out. This is going to be striked out because 1 lecture is already done, right? Now, we need 2 lectures on Wednesday. If we keep 2 lectures on Wednesday, suppose those are chemistry and mathematics. That means Professor Z doesn't teach chemistry and maths. So we are done with 3, we are done with 2. Now we need 1 economics, we need 1 unknown, we need 1 more, but chemistry 2 बार हो गया, maths 2 बार हो गया, The dash part is also, it's only once. So there is one more tick to be put, but we don't have that particular subject. So this tells us for sure that we cannot have chemistry and maths on Wednesday, right? Can we have, sorry, on Tuesday, Wednesday? Can we have this on Wednesday and Friday? Suppose we have them on Wednesday and Friday, so this is done. So we have two of them. Then we can have on Tuesday the unknown subject. So this is done. So we need an economics, so this is done. So we have two economics, two physics, two chemistry, two maths, and two unknown. Now, only one subject should have been, it should be a scenario where it should not be consecutive. So physics is consecutive, chemistry is not consecutive, maths is not consecutive, unknown is not consecutive. But it says that except for one subject, the lecture should always be consecutive. So that tells us that it could not be, ये white वाला था ना सारा shaded, it can't be Wednesday and Friday as well, right? So that means, can we have Tuesday, Wednesday? So 2 is done. We'll be left with 3. So 1, 2 will not make sense, right? Let's try 2, 1. If we have 2 and 1, so these 3 lectures are going to be chemistry and mathematics. They are supposed to be consecutive, right? If they are supposed to be consecutive, and suppose on Monday we have 2 lectures, so we can't have chemistry and mathematics same day. So this has to be 1, this has to be 2. Chemistry, mathematics, chemistry, mathematics. So 1 is done. 3 is done. 2 is done. Now we need economics. So economics is consecutive, physics is consecutive, chemistry is consecutive, mathematics is consecutive. We need 3 here. Economics is taught as the only lecture on Thursday, so there is only 1 lecture, so it breaks the continuity. Tuesdays and Fridays are the days which have 3 lectures scheduled. So if we have 1 and 3 over there, so 1 के कारण there can be only 1 subject which is economics, which is going to be consecutive. Not necessarily economics, कोई और भी हो सकता है. But the other 2 subjects will have a break, isn't it? Okay, looks like I'm reading something wrong then. Professor U has 1 lecture scheduled on a day when no other lecture is scheduled. ठीक है. We can assume it to be economics, it can be anything else. But this 1 and 3, this is 1. The 2 lectures that are going to be scheduled, they are going to be scheduled some time before. So there is a break. So these 2 subjects are not going to be consecutive. And we need only 1 subject which is not consecutive, because all others are consecutive. Am I making some mistake? can't come up with the error here. Let me check if there is some problem. I don't see any error in the question part. Economics is taught as the only lecture on Thursday. Professor F teaches physics on Monday. Chemistry and math lectures scheduled on the same set of 2 days of the week. So chemistry and maths on a particular day, chemistry and maths again on a particular day. We can't have the same subject taught twice on the same day. That is also not possible. Okay. तो एक चीज तो confirm है that this is going to be you because he teaches only one subject. So this part is clear. We are going to have 2 and 1, 4, 4, 8, 9, 10. 5 professors from Monday to Friday, that is 5 days. Each professor teaches one subject, fine. At least one and at most 2 lectures are scheduled for each of the subjects in a week. So 5 subjects, 2 lectures for each subject, so that is 10 lectures. So this is the 10 lectures, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay, let's see. If we have chemistry and if we have maths, this will make complete sense. But then there will be an issue that this unknown subject is a miss. Okay, fine. So let's do one thing. Let's keep it here. इधर होगा या फिर इधर होगा. Okay. There is some errata here, so we don't know about this. If we talk about, so Professor F teaches physics on Monday, chemistry and maths are scheduled for other subjects except Z. So this is the subject taught by Z. What about the lectures? F is done, Z is done, and U is done. Nothing is talked about P or K. So chemistry can be taught by P or K, or maths can be taught by K or P. So the only subject which is not consecutive is the unknown subject over here. देखते हैं इससे क्या क्या क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो सकता है. Okay. Which professor teaches economics? So you. Let's see if the answer is correct. It is you. Which of the following pairs of subjects are not taught on the same day? Physics and maths, of course, taught. Physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry, yes, that is also taught on Tuesday. Bilkul. Economics and English. Okay, so one lecture is English and English is not mentioned. Acha, it is mentioned in the first paragraph here itself. We have English as well, right? So this is English, the last one. Okay, let me change that. So economics and English. Economics and English. On Friday it is being taught. So yes, all of these are being taught. So the answer is going to be none of these because question is asked not taught. So D hona chahiye. Chalo. For how many of the teachers can we uniquely determine the subject taught by them? I believe 3. It is only economics, physics and English. We know exactly which teacher teaches it. Right? 3. So B hona chahiye. B is the answer. If any student is absent on 2 consecutive days, what is the maximum number of lectures he or she is going to miss? 5. Tuesday and Wednesday ko agar koi chutti maar de, so 3 lectures on Tuesday and 2 lectures on Wednesday is what the student is going to miss out on. So 5. ठीक है? Okay. So fine. That was the only error over there. ठीक है. Next question. 5 residents are living in an apartment which has 18 floors. The apartment has an elevator which is used by each of the 5 residents to move up from the ground floor to the topmost floor. The ground floor is not considered as a part of the 18 floors. The first floor is numbered 1 while the topmost floor is numbered 18 and all the floors in between these 2 floors are numbered accordingly in serial number. On a certain day, the following events take place during an upward movement of the elevator from the ground floor to the topmost floor. So we have ground floor and then we have first floor, second floor, third floor and so on. We will have 18 floors over here. Okay. The ground floor is not considered as a part of 18 floors. That's why ground floor alag hai or 1 to 18 alag hai. Okay. No other resident other than these 5 enters the elevator during this particular upper movement of the elevator from the ground floor to the topmost floor. Yahi 5 log us din chale the. No resident out of the 5 left the elevator until each of the 5 residents had entered the elevator. So it's like they all 5 meet. So wherever they are going to board the lift, whenever they are going to enter into the elevator, nobody is going to come out because everybody has to be present once. 5 logo ko. Okay. No resident entered the elevator from the ground floor and no resident made a re-entry into the elevator. So it's not like somebody left and came back. No. And nobody started from ground floor. So idhar se koi nahi gaya. A was the first person to enter as well as leave the elevator, while D was the last person to enter as well as leave the elevator. So A सबसे पहले चढ़ा, सबसे पहले निकला, D last में चढ़ा, सबसे last में निकला. B was exactly in the middle of the sequence of 5 residents to enter as well as leave the elevator. So B entered after A and somebody else, and B left after A left and before D left. Okay? So if we talk about the entry sequence, A enters first, somebody else enters, फिर B बीच में चढ़ता है, exactly in the middle of the sequence, and then somebody else and then D. So this is the sequence, right? A was the first person to enter and D was the last person to enter. And if you talk about exiting the elevator, A was the first person to exit, B was in middle and D was the last person to exit, right? B was exactly in the middle of the sequence of the 5 residents. So third and fourth we understood. First and second we understood. Fifth, the number of residents out of these 5 who entered the elevator before C is equal to the number of those who left from the elevator after C. Which means if this is C, तो C के पहले एक बंदा है तो C के बाद एक बंदा होगा. So if C is the second guy to enter, C is the second last guy to exit. Or if C is the third guy to enter, C is the third last guy. Sorry, C is the fourth guy to enter, then C is the fourth last guy to exit. Right? So ये combo होगा C का. And once C is known, accordingly E will also travel. No one entered or left the elevator on floors these, while the rest of the floors had someone either enter or exit from the elevator. चलो, कुछ floors में कुछ नहीं हुआ था and कुछ जगहों पे हुआ था. He left the elevator on the 13th floor. This part is also given. So we will be writing down the elevators in the same sequence, but I don't think कि 1 to 18 लिख पाएंगे हम along with the information. So let's write down 1 to 18 in a horizontal line. ठीक है? Let's assume that we are watching an escalator rather than an elevator. So these are the floor numbers. Let's start with the sixth one. 1 पे कुछ नहीं हुआ, nothing happened. 3 पे nothing happened. 4 पे nothing happened. 6 पे nothing happened. 8 पे nothing happened. 10 nothing happened. 15th nothing happened. 17 nothing happened. Now if you guys can see, there are 5 people who enters and 5 people who exit. So that means there are going to be 10 floors at most जहां पर कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा था, कोई आ रहा था, कोई निकल रहा था. So if you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means each of these 10 floors, जहां पे कुछ ना कुछ हुआ है, it never happened that somebody entered and left at the same floor. So we know that he left the elevator on 13th floor. तो इसमें से पहला 5 क्या होगा? Entry, obviously. And what would be the last 5? Exit, obviously, isn't it? Because nobody left until everyone was inside the elevator. Now, among these, we know that A entered first and A exited first. We know that D entered last, D exited last. We know that B was the, sorry, थोड़ा सा और shift होगा. This is going to be D, this is going to be A. We know that B was the guy who entered in the middle. He was the third guy to enter and third guy to exit. Okay, so let me draw the arrows here ताकि वो entry और exit पता चल सके better. So this is an entry, this is an entry, and these are exit. So outwards arrow means exiting. Now, it is given that E left the elevator on 13th floor. So E left the elevator on the 13th floor means C left the elevator, exited the elevator on 16th floor. अब ये देखो, the number of those who left from the elevator after C. So C के बाद there was only one person who left the elevator. That is same as the number of people who entered the elevator before C. So C must have entered at right after A, and this is where E must have entered. So this is the sequence of these 5 people when they entered and exited the elevator. Right? Let's move over to the questions now. Which resident moved by the maximum number of floors? So if we look at A went from 2 to 12, that is 10 floor. C moved from 5 to 16, that is 11 floors. B is 7 to 14, E is lesser. So can we say कि सबसे ज़्यादा C का है 5 to 16? C is the answer. How many people entered and left the elevator in total during the time when E was in the elevator? The same person's entry and exit should be counted individually as in twice. तो E के enter करने से और exit करने के बीच में कितनी एंट्रीज और एग्जिट हुए हैं? 2. D and A. D entered, A exited. So A is going to be the answer. Next, who are the residents that entered as well as left the elevator during the time when C was present in the elevator? So while C was present, B entered, exited. E also entered and exited. These are the only 2 people जो C के बाद एंटर भी किया और एग्जिट भी किया. डी ऑप्शन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. फॉर विच पेयर among the given options for each of the residents the number of people who entered into and left from the elevator put together was equal during the stay of the resident in the elevator. So A and B. So if you look at A, the entry and exit had been 4 by the time A entered and exited. If you look at B, B के बीच में भी 4 लोग हैं. So we can say A and B, but then we also have all of these. So let's check B and D as well. एक बार B and D भी true हो गया तो मतलब सभी हो जाएंगे. Now between D also there are 4 people who entered and exited. Actually all 4 exited, but we will have to count them once. Excuse me, I'm having hiccups. So for D also there are 4 people who exited. So this is also true. So the answer is going to be all of these. On which floor did C leave the elevator? C left the elevator at 16th floor. 16th. The number of floors moved up by resident B is equal to the number of floors moved up by which of these residents? So B की बात करते हैं. B entered at 7th, exited at 14th. So that is plus 7. A is not plus 7. C is definitely not plus 7. E is not plus 7. D is plus 7. So D is going to be that guy who lives same number of stories high. So D is the answer. Right? Chalo. So anyone who is new to BYJU'S, you can unlock the free trial of the app by putting in, by putting in your contact number on the app. The link to download the app is given in the description also, as well as in the chat. Make sure that you download the app if you haven't yet. And people who are targeting 2023 CAT and other MBA exams, you can look into our test series, which include more than 80 mocks, out of which more than 25 mocks are CAT. You get more than 10,000 questions to practice as well, which is a unique offering. You also get all India open mock, 3 of them. You get video solutions and the proper analysis of your mock. Everything is included. You can be one among our CAT 2022 toppers list this year. In 2023, all you have to do is join our latest currently running batch. These are all the giveaways in the batch if you're targeting this year's CAT or any other exam. You can avail a scholarship of up to 90%. The scholarship date is going to be this 30th of July, okay, at 11 AM. You will have to register for this. 90% तक का scholarship मिल सकता है. Excuse me. On 30th July, 11 AM, Mr. Srinivas and Gautam is going to be taking a session on roadmap to 99th percentile in CAT. So if you have got any queries related to mocks, exams, specialization, colleges, strategy, how to prepare, how many hours to put in, any query related to CAT or any MBA exam, feel free to join this. You have to register for this particular session. So make sure you do that. These are our social media handles. Make sure that you go through them. Excuse me. Also, please make sure that you like and subscribe this video and the channel. I'll see you guys again very soon with another set of interesting LR sets. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.